Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Valerie. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. If you've been here, welcome back. So today I'm doing like a story time chat type of thing. So the reason I'm doing this is because just recently this happened and it kind of creeped me out a little, and even just talking about it, like I'm already getting like a little bit of emotional. I don't even know why. I don't know why. Like literally just thinking about this, like I'm starting to get emotional. I was about to start talking about this, and then all of a sudden I'm getting this wave of emotion, like it's happening right now, and I have no idea why I'm feeling like this. So pretty much it's already happened a few times where if someone that is close to me, not just family wise, not like blood wise, like you're close to me as family, close to me as friends, no, if anyone is surrounding me and something is happening within their family, I start feeling a wave of emotion. This first started when we moved to Texas. This was in 2010. I had joined the military, and I got stationed in Texas. And during that time, I started diving more deep into just spirituality. I think the reason was during that time I was dealing a lot with my ADD, and it was causing me to just be all over the place. So I had read that meditation really helped. So when I was doing meditation, during one of the meditations, when I had researched a little bit regarding meditation, they say that you're supposed to close your eyes and kind of just blank out your mind and just think about just bright light coming down on you, around you, and surrounding yourself with a big bright white light. And that's what I was doing at that time, and I did it a few times throughout a couple of months, and I noticed that the more I did that, the more it affected how my sixth sense was opening up, my third eye, if you want to say that. I mean, I did kind of read about the third eye, and if you've heard a bunch of my videos, you know that my family and we are very sensitive to spirits. We're sensitive to just I don't want to say empaths, but I feel like that is what it is. My family is just a bunch of empaths, and I think doing the meditation kind of really opened up more of a door for whatever type of sixth sense or whatever we have. It just opened up the door, and I started experiencing a lot more spiritual things. And the first thing that happened was I had this nightmare where there was a big window above my room, and a bunch of spirits, all I saw, the shadows of the spirits, were trying to come into the room. They were all like surrounding the window like this, and they were trying to come in, and it was just such a scary feeling that like it woke me up. I had another situation where I dreamt that I was going up a staircase, and it was dark, and I can only see a little light above. I could only see a little light in front of me, and as I was going through this staircase, the ones that go like this, I don't know how you call them, the twirly ones, I don't know what you call them, but when you go up the staircase, like As I was coming up, as I was going up, I just ran into like a child, like a demonic type of child, and it scared the out of me, and I ended up waking up. That's what first started happening. After that, I did have this incident where I was working. I was cleaning the counter at my job, and there was 3 of my coworkers working at that time. They were behind a counter, and then it was my boss, who was my supervisor at the time. So they were like this far away from me, and I was wiping down the counter, and all of a sudden I just got this wave of emotion, like someone had just died. Like, that is the feeling that I got. Like, I felt so overwhelmed with emotion. I wanted to cry. Like, I felt like something was wrong. So I grabbed my phone. I started calling my mom. I called my mom at that second. I'm like, Mom, are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. Like, what are you talking about? I'm like, Mom, I don't feel well. I feel like something's going on. Like, can you please start calling all the family? Like, find out, please. Like, something is wrong. So she said, okay. You know, she got off the phone with me, and she started calling the family members. And then I called my brother, make sure he was okay. He was fine. I told him what was going on. I believe at that time he also reached out to my other brother. I have 2 brothers and my mom, so that's my immediate family. So they were fine. And then I just stood there waiting for my mom to give me a call back. And I still felt like my throat was tightening up. I don't know, like, you know, when you're like so overwhelmed with emotion that like your throat starts hurting. So I started asking my coworkers. I know I sound like I'm crazy. Like, I know it sounded crazy at the time. I felt so embarrassed, but I felt like I needed to ask them. So I started asking everyone. I'm like, guys, are you okay? Like, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Like, something is wrong. I can feel someone's emotions. I know this sounds so crazy. I completely understand, but please, everyone, just call your families and make sure they're okay. Like, I know this sounds crazy. I completely hear the words that are coming out of my mouth, but I feel like something's wrong. So, you know, I was very close to my coworkers. I still am. 10 years later, they're still very close to me. We still keep in touch. So each one of them started calling their families, and sure enough, and I'm getting teary. Why am I getting teary? Like, I feel like I'm going back into that moment. One of the girls, she found out. One of the girls found out that her dad got cancer. Her father was, they were Pacific Islanders, so I think the city they were in was Saipan. I want to say, I don't remember, Guam. So obviously, you know, it was pretty far away, so it's not like she could get to him. So yeah, her dad found out he had cancer, and he didn't want to tell her because he didn't want to worry her, but he ended up telling her in that phone call. The second coworker, she ended up finding out that her grandmother had cancer. They had also just found out. I don't know if they were gonna tell her or not, but because of that phone call, she ended up finding out at that time. You know what, I was the third coworker, so I don't even know why I felt like there was a third coworker. There wasn't. It was 2 coworkers and I. And then I turned around, and my supervisor was on the phone, and he was just like this, and he goes like this, and he started crying. I guess his grandparents had just passed away, that like right then and there. his grandparents passed away, and he started crying. I don't know if it happened at that moment. I don't know. I don't remember the specific details, but I do remember just him just breaking down, crying, and that's all I remember, honestly. I don't remember the rest. But it was just so weird, you know, that we ended up finding out in our family that like nothing had happened. Nobody in my family had passed away. Everyone was fine. So it wasn't even anyone near my family. It was just all of them. Something happened within their family, and I'm the one that felt the wave of emotion. There was another incident where I think this was a couple weeks later. I'm not 100% sure. I don't really remember. But sometime after that, one of my close friends, she's the one that found out that her dad had cancer. Every time she would come around me, I would feel heaviness on my chest. I felt like I couldn't breathe. I felt like I wanted to just break down and cry. Like I couldn't hold on to it every time I was around her. And this particular day, it was her, the other coworker that found out her grandmother had cancer, and me. And I asked her, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah." Like, you know, with her little like bright smile. I'm like, "I just want to tell you that I can feel your emotions. Don't ask me why. I know this sounds crazy, and I know saying it sounds crazy. Like, it's just like, this is like TV. This doesn't happen." And I told her, "I can feel something is wrong with you. And I have this feeling of telling you that you need to call your dad." Now the other friend, she's very protective of her, so she's just like, "No, leave her alone. She doesn't need to be calling her dad. She doesn't feel well right now. You shouldn't be pushing her to be calling her dad right at this time." They used to live together, so I'm assuming, you know, they would talk, and maybe she didn't want to worry her father. I don't know. Maybe they knew, they had a prior conversation before this, so that's what made me feel like the other friend was being protective. And we started arguing, honestly, because I kept feeling like she needed to call her father. And her friend was just stepping in and like, "Hey, leave my friend alone. She doesn't need to call anyone. Just leave her alone. She could do it whenever she's ready." And then I turned to her and I said, "I am telling you right now, you need to." Like, it was coming out of my head. Like, I wasn't thinking this. I wasn't like planning this. I wasn't trying to push her. It's just I had that feeling like she needed to. I had a feeling like I needed to say it. I had a feeling like I needed to push her, and I felt so overwhelmed that I felt like I needed to push her to do it. And she actually ended up listening, and she ended up walking outside to call her dad. And during that time, the other friend and I were actually arguing about this, because she was telling me that I needed to mind my own business, which in any other situation, yes, I completely agree with her. I do need to mind my own business. But during that time, I don't know what took over me. Like, something took over where like it was pushing me to tell her to call her dad. And sure enough, like, while I was arguing with her, in the middle of the argument, I just felt this wave of just calmness. Like, it just released out of my chest, like nothing had ever happened. I feel normal, like nothing ever happened. So I walk outside, and she had just gotten off the phone, and I asked her, like, were you able to speak to your dad? Were you able to you know, have this conversation regarding the whole cancer thing? And she did. And I asked her, "How do you feel?" And she's like, I feel so much better because I was able to discuss it with him. I feel so much better. Like, you have no idea. Thank you so much. She was thanking me. And I'm just like, no, like, I feel bad. Like, thinking about it right now, it does feel like I was in her business. But it's such a strange thing, you know, that I felt like I needed to have her call her father so that she could feel better. It's so weird. It's a strange thing that I go through. I haven't felt this in a long time. I haven't felt this type of thing in a while, but recently, it was maybe about a week ago, I had this huge, we were sitting on the couch, we were, my husband and I, we were all watching movies and everything, and again, just out of nowhere, I had this huge wave of emotion, like someone just passed away. Like, I felt like I wanted to cry. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever had anyone pass away, but you know that moment when you find out they pass away and you just want to drop to the ground because you're so emotional and you just want to cry it out. That's the way I felt in that moment. It came out of nowhere. Like, I was just sitting watching TV and all of a sudden I just felt it. And it scares me when I get these feelings. So I ended up calling my mom and I asked her if everything was okay. I called my mom and she wasn't answering the phone. Like, and I started freaking out. I'm like, Mom, can you please call me back? Mom, text me. 10 minutes would go by and she didn't text me. She didn't call me back. I called my brother. I'm like, hey, like, I'm not feeling well. I feel like something's wrong. Like, have you heard from Mom? He's like, yeah, I just talked to her a little bit ago. She was in her car, calling me from her car. And then I thought, oh my God, what if she got in a car accident? And like, what's going on? Like, why isn't she calling me back? Why isn't she answering her phone? This went on for like maybe half an hour to 45 minutes. Like, we were calling her, we were texting her, and he was like, what the heck? I had just spoken with her. She was just calling me from her car. So then I started kind of thinking like, okay, maybe she got home and she put her phone to charge. Maybe she's in the living room, she doesn't hear her phone. Maybe like it's away from her. But I was freaking out. And she ended up calling me back, thank God. And she's like, what's going on? I feel like everything's fine. What's going on? And so I explained to her, you know, that I felt like something was wrong. And she knows that, you know, within us, you know, when we feel like something's up like that, that means because it's happening. Again, my mom, she sees spirits all the time. So she's very aware of the things that go on with me. So she believes me the second that I tell her. So she started calling family and checking to make sure that everyone was okay. And we checked everyone. I mean, I asked my brother, can you please check with your friends? Like, I don't know who it's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be anyone near me. I don't know if it's gonna be a friend. And I dismissed it because I just thought, you know what, it's probably nothing. I mean, maybe I was watching something and maybe it caused me to feel like this. Like, maybe, I don't know, like maybe I'm wrong. So I dismissed it and I forgot about it. And then just 2 days ago, I went on social media and I ended up finding out that my brother's godmother, my brother's godmother's sister, she actually got sick and got cancer. And she ended up passing away 2 days ago. And look at like I get so like emotional. Like, I was not close to her at all. I wasn't close to her at all. Growing up, I did meet her. I was around her. I did see her a few times throughout my life, but I wasn't close to her. So it's just so strange for me to have these feelings when like something is about to happen. I'm not saying that like I'm predicting, you know, that something's gonna happen. It's just, it's strange for me to go through these feelings and then something happens to someone near my little circle. You know, like with my friends, or they were my friends, my co-workers during that time. They weren't my family. They were just around me, and that's the reason that I felt the way I felt. So I just thought about it when it happened this week. I just thought it just correlated because, you know, I had just felt like this a few days ago, a week ago. And then 2 days ago, you know, this happens. So I don't know. I'm hoping that, you know, if I put it out there, maybe other people will relate. I mean, maybe somebody else out there feels these things or goes through these things and understands. If not, then maybe I'm just the only weirdo that goes through these things, because I don't know. I'm 100% sure that my family is sensitive, like I said. But it's strange to go through these things. It's strange to feel so emotional over people that I don't even know. I mean, I know it sounds cold. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and end it here, because otherwise I'm gonna start rambling. But yeah. Anyway, if you can relate in any way, go ahead and comment below. If you like my videos, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye.